You're tuned into the Visibility Strategy live stream with Amy Nubson and Christina Vidovich, where strategy meets storytelling and confidence takes the spotlight. Join us every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern as we help you set sail on your visibility journey.
Welcome, everybody. We are so excited to be here today. I am Amy Nubson.
And I'm Christina Vidovich. Welcome. What are we talking about today, Amy? I'm so excited.
Consistency with our voice and message. How important this conversation is. Because as women, I think, at least for me, I love to change my ideas constantly. Like, oh, new idea, talk about that. New idea, talk about that. But it confuses people.
Yeah.
How about you? Have you seen that same experience by observing or yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's shiny object syndrome, right? When we talk. And even in our business, because it's like, understanding what was the question when somebody asked, what do you do? And it's like, oh, what do you want to know that I do? Right? Because it's like, I can give you my list of 10 things right off the top. But understanding as well as what is that question really asking? Can I bring that down and say, well, I'm a visibility strategist. Oh, okay. But I don't have to leave it there because sometimes okay, great. That's nice.
Let's move on with that conversation. Yeah. You want to kind of keep going with it, right?
Exactly, without clouding the message. So I'm a visibility strategist that helps you with your social media and speaking on stages. Leave some intrigue, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. And people are usually interested in one or the other. They're always like, ooh, you help speakers, or how do you show up on, social media? The idea is to get them to ask a question.
Yes.
How do you do that? Okay, then you lead in with more details based on what they're interested in.
Yes. So if I say, hey, Amy, I heard you're a growth strategist. What is that?
Yeah, so I help people get visible with their voice and messages through growing their businesses, either on stage, through social media, or it's through storytelling. Because we always need to know how to express our voice.
Ooh, how beautiful is that? Yeah. It's clear and concise.
Yes. And the fun thing is I've been sitting there thinking about too, like I have a growth strategist and a story coaching, right? And I'm like, how do they blend? Where do they overlap? And it is visibility is where they overlap. It's just a different way of visibility. Growth strategy is basically taking it from the idea of marketing to sales to onboarding a client communication and retention. That's a big one. We always forget that part in businesses. Making our clients happy is a big part of communication. We drop the ball a lot, especially when we're small, because we don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all about visibility. It's your visibility to your client.
Yes.
From attracting them to keeping them. Storytelling is also about relationship and visibility, and it's about building trust.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my bridge between those two amazing roles I love to help people with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun when those little aha moments click and you're like, that's what it is. I can use that. Because you got to find the bridge if you have multiple offers, because otherwise lead with only one, because you'll confuse people.
Yes. And it's so fun because I actually did this exercise with someone yesterday. I've known this woman in the podcasting industry and what she's doing. I know she won't mind if I mention, I'm not going to say her name, but I mentioned the story. And she went, oh my goodness, Christina, you just took what I did and talked 10 minutes because I couldn't explain it and tied it up with a little bow in 2 sentences. I'm like, yes. I'm like, you have so much that you're offering because it's shifted, but I'm hearing the same theme, and this is exactly what you're doing and the women that you want to talk to, so that as I'm a connector, I can be able to connect you to other people. So there's another reason that our clarity and what we speak about is so important. How can we not only express what we're doing, but how can that other person repeat so that they can give you the referrals.
That is so important. The repeat. We overcomplicate things so people don't know how to retell it. And it's like, oh, I really know this lovely lady, but how do I explain what she does? You know, like that's a really hard thing for someone to take on. And you're like, so be nice to them, be kind to them, and give them the tools to help promote you.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people want to.
It's true. It is so true. And I love that. I love the way you just said it. It's the proper tools. And what we forget about is simplicity in our language. Again, I had a wonderful conversation with someone yesterday who is former corporate. She gave me the alphabet soup of what she did and what she's doing now, she assumed that I was also former corporate. I have never been corporate. I have been an entrepreneur and a small business owner for the first half of my life. I don't have that jargon.
That is such a good thing to bring up. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes. Talk to us about that, because you have worked with a lot of corporate clients.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves, right? Like it's so, to me, what you're doing is you're talking above or you're assuming too much. And there is language that is corporate, and it's sometimes almost evolved depending on what industry or what corporate you are, that is slightly different. So there's like this little secret language that kind of develops. Unless you are talking directly to the other people in that secret language world, you talk above us.
Yes.
Not to us or not with us.
Yes.
And so be very aware of the corporate language. And because you've been used to being in corporate for so long, it's part of your everyday communication.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean the rest of us, or maybe your potential clients, understand what you're talking about.
Exactly. It's your jargon. It's your corporate jargon. It's as if I popped into social media speak and podcasting speak. There are terms that somebody just isn't going to know without me giving the specific definition.
Yes, and there's a structure to talking about corporate, right? There's a way of flow of it too. And I'm like, I remember talking to my good friend Lena, and I'm like, stop, you're doing it again. You're in corporate. And she's like, no, because she was so used to it. Like I literally had to break her of that habit of talking very high level, very like hoorah rah, like, but with lots of words to get everybody on board, right? There's a way of talking as well that's very recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, talk to us like we're, you're talking to your best friend at the coffee table with me.
Yes.
Not presenting.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Because what is written in newspapers, not, I mean,
We're dating ourselves there a little
I
bit.
know, but with today's version of like writing, it should be in that 5th to 6th grade. It's actually gotten downgraded to 5th grade level of language so that everybody can understand. So if you're talking to an 11-year-old, and I know this because I do it every day, what does that look like? I can use my big words, but that doesn't mean anything. Talk to someone in a more simplistic way, and you will know if they are get those social cues. Okay, look at the face. If they're looking confused, they probably are.
Exactly. And it's the same thing too as speed, right? When you're talking to an 11-year-old, you don't talk super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you have a slower cadence to your voice, and you have a calmer voice, because if you don't want to get 11-year-olds super hyper with you, and then before you know, you're in a weird conversation, and then you're over here and you're like, wait, one of us needs to take a breath and bring it down. So it's actually a really good idea with an 11-year-old. How would you talk to them to keep the conversation flowing in a nice pace as well?
Yes, and to that, keeping an 11-year-old's attention, because if you are not engaged with them, they're gone.
Right. They'll pick up their phone, they'll be thinking of something else. We
Mhm.
do it as adults too. We
Yeah.
try not to, but we do.
Yes, absolutely. Well, guess what it's time for, Amy?
Yay!
Dance break. So we have our visibility accountability group every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. for you in the Pacific. We hope you'll join us because it's incredible time for conversation and about our visibility.
Share your story, own your name, step in the light, ignite your flame, show up, shine out, it's time to be heard, flip fear into power with every word, visibility, accountability, we write a wild new legacy. Our voice, our values, our feminine grace.
And we're back. And again, we want to invite you to that. And we want to invite you to Minneapolis, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which is also Amy's hometown.
Yes, it's going to be amazing at the Mall of America, but we are having some of the most amazing speakers applying, and we are going to be announcing them hopefully by the end of maybe next week that we will have our speakers. So we're so excited. They are amazing women. So I hope you come in and join us.
Yes. And our theme for this conference is
Clarity, courage, and confidence.
woo-hoo!
Yes. My favorite 3 C's.
Yes. Yes, and I love it, to able to bring that vibe into the room. I get asked a lot, what does the conference look like? It is full of keynotes and talks for women to share their knowledge and to be inspired. It is full of workshops, actionable items that you can sit there and start working on your next space. And we have open mic, which is an incredible opportunity if you want to speak in the room. Maybe you were asked to just come from somebody and say, wow, I would love to share my story. Or maybe you applied and this wasn't the right speaking engagement for you because we have other themes going on, but you still want to have that opportunity to share in front of the audience. Come and join us. We also have our sponsorship opportunities still available and our VIP experience. Our VIP experience, we have our dinner, VIP dinner, and we have a special field trip. Tell us about that, Amy.
Yeah, so the fun thing about being in Minnesota, you want to do something that's original, right? So a friend of mine is a playwright here in Minneapolis, and his play is opening the week before. So we are going to go to his play. It's a murder mystery called It Wasn't Murder with a question mark. And it's a fun outing. And it's just, why not celebrate somebody's creativity and originality and have a fun night with it?
Yes, because we're all about supporting each other in our ventures, and what better way than to be in the room with others. So come and join us, and that you can find it right on the website, womengettingvisible.com. Just look up Minneapolis. All the information is there, and we will see you in the room, not just over the Zoom.
Yes. Wouldn't that be lovely? I cannot wait to meet in person again. I mean, that's what we're talking about. If it's at the conference, if it's our evening, Wednesday evenings, Christina and I are always about actionable steps that you can take or try on, really. So it's not just about learning about yourself, it's about what you can do about it.
Yes, yes.
And the idea of like small baby steps is all it is. It doesn't need to be giant. It doesn't need to be what everybody else is telling you. It is only really about what you need or what you want to do and how you want to step forward with your visibility.
Yes. And I love this. I had a woman ask me, okay, but I'm looking about all the things that are going on in the room, but I'm not visible. And I'm still trying to figure out my steps in beginning my business. This is for you also. This is for every step along the way. Even if you're just thinking about starting a business, maybe you're thinking about a podcast or a book or something else, speaking on stages. What does that look like? And it's just the beginning thoughts. This is about the getting visible. It's not just about the being visible. We're here to support your journey. This is what we do, from putting you on stages to that private work and our one-on-one coaching as well, so that you feel fully supported, fully prepared before you launch that podcast, get on that stage, or write that book. Wherever you are, we're here for you. This is your visibility journey.
Exactly. And the thing too is, this is a small group, intentionally small, because we want you to all know each other in the room. We're going to ask you to interact with each other, with the speakers, to just to listen, to, to absorb, but also to participate. And it's a small group for that reason. So you get to see everybody's smiling faces. You get to, shake everybody's hand. It is a wonderful opportunity, and we have other activities that are built in to help you get a little bit of visibility throughout the conference as well.
Yes.
There's things that we're going to do that'll take you 3 seconds to be visible. Trust me, it'd be super fun and easy. And if that's all you do, fantastic.
Yes. And this is a signature conference. The things that we do aren't typical that you're going to see in other places. This is intended to be special for every attendee. And you don't know what you don't know until you actually step into the room and experience what it is.
Mm-hmm. Because if you have your message figured out, fantastic. If you don't, come anyways. Because maybe some aha moment, be like, oh, I now understand what that bridge of communication between all the things I want to do is. And I want to practice it today and see what people's reaction is. Because that's a perfect spot to do that. So you don't need to be polished. You don't need to be ready. You don't need to be perfect. We actually would rather you not be.
Yeah.
Come and play. Come and try something out that you've never tried before.
100%. This is an opportunity to explore, a safe space to explore. Whether you join us on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. and get to know us better each week, or you're standing in the room along with us, you will feel the energy and the support. I am so excited to invite you to this Minneapolis, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2026.
It'll be so fun. And it'll be here before we know it. So we cannot wait to meet each and every single one of you, because why not? Why not have a conversation? Why not have an opportunity to network and tell your voice and your message and be like, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself 10 different ways and see what works and which one did you like. Those are the ways that you can have fun. And if you want, we can help you with that beforehand and try different ideas. I like networking opportunities because you get to try things out. And I've done it where I'm like, whoa, that was the wrong way to introduce myself. That person looks so confused. And I'm going to walk away and just kind of giggle at myself, go, okay, reset. And try it again. I did that a lot in the beginning of my career when I would change, I went from marketing to more communication, right? I did this huge switch, and I felt like it was a huge switch. It was just a shift. But in my mind, it was gigantic. Like I had crossed the canyon, and I'm like, now how do I present myself?
Yeah.
And that's typically what's real in our lives, is we think it's giant. And it's just a little tiny shift that we made, but it feels too big. So start small. Figure it out.
That's right. Baby steps take us to giant steps and giant leaps. Yeah. So give your self permission to say yes. Join us. What harm is it in trying to learn something new, to do something new?
Yes.
It's all there for you to come and try out. Literally, come and try it out.
And the fun thing is, there's speakers from Minneapolis and there's speakers from all over. So this is going to be opening your network up no matter what. No matter if you come from Minneapolis and you come to the event or you're outside of it, I guarantee it, you will meet new people in this room that are amazing because we are paying attention to who fills this room as well. So join us because you will be pleasantly surprised.
And that's it for today's visibility strategy. We want to help you get visible. I'm Christina.
And I am Amy.
Share your story, own your name, step in the light, ignite your flame, show up, shine out, it's time to be heard, flip fear into power with every